Yo, what's good everyone? Happy Friday. Hope y'all have had a great week so far and got some good plans here for this weekend as well. Today I'm going to be breaking down the Nhl Dfs slate for December 2nd. We got ourselves just a 3-game slate here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and some of my favorite value plays, and then we'll wrap up the video talking a little prize picks. With that being said, let's dive into my spreadsheet here. And we're going to kick things off here like we always do in the top left-hand corner with those highest implied game totals, where you can see this game between the Blue Jackets and Jets is coming in at 6.5 goals, and then the other two games coming in at 6 goals even. And then take a look down here at the Vegas odds, where you can see the Jets, Rangers, and Islanders are all favored to win here tonight. With that being said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight. Now, being that it is just a 3-game slate, most of you guys know this process. When we're playing tournaments especially, we need to find ways to make our lineups unique or contrarian. So the New York Rangers and the Winnipeg Jets are projecting to be the two most popular teams to target here tonight. I kind of like going with this first line for the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm not suggesting they're going to be super low owned, but compared to those other two teams, we definitely will be able to get them at lower ownership. And there's a lot of offensive upside here with these three. There's not a lot of offensive upside with that Blue Jackets team in general, but Jenner, Gaudreau, and Laine certainly talented enough to kind of break the slate on a 3-gamer like this. You know, they have multiple point upside for sure. Very strong correlated line with these guys playing big minutes together 5-on-5 and all playing up on that number 1 power play. Now, we've only seen these guys play 8 games together this year because Patrik Laine has been hurt, but he practiced yesterday and it sounds like he's back here tonight. And let's not forget, there's a little revenge narrative there with him as well, playing against his former team in the Jets. Now, a team I like targeting in general here tonight is the New York Islanders, and I like that second line of Brock Nelson, Anders Lee, and Anthony Beauvillier, as well as their number 1 power play, which has started to heat up here over their past 5 games, scoring at a 36% rate. And one of the areas the Nashville Predators have really struggled here as of late has been their penalty kill, just hitting at a 66.7% rate over their past 5 games. So I kind of like the matchup for them there. Now you're going to see Nelson and Lee play up on that number 1 power play. Beauvillier plays down on the second, so I don't love that he doesn't correlate with these other two guys on the special teams, but it's really easy to justify him at $3,000 here, and then maybe mix in someone like a Noah Dobson or JG Pageau, who I'm going to talk about later. Like I said, just getting exposure to that number 1 power play in general here tonight. Now, folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. We're 2 months into the hockey season already, but still a long way to go, and I'm going to have hockey content coming out for you guys all year long. Alright, now diving into some of these individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards, and being that it is just a 3-game slate, you guys I know approach this a little differently. I like to highlight some pairs in here, and one pair that I really like is Kyle Connor and Pierre-Luc Dubois, and honestly I'd mix in a Josh Morrissey there as well, with all 3 of those guys playing up on the number 1 power play. In fact, those 3 guys lead this Jets team in points this year. Morrissey leads the team with 24, Kyle Connor's got 21, Pierre-Luc Dubois has 20, and both Kyle Connor and Pierre-Luc Dubois lead this team in expected goals. So the chances are there for them, and they're burying on those chances as well. And they have a great matchup here against this Columbus Blue Jackets team, who've allowed 4.10 goals per game this season, the second most in the NHL. I then got Chris Kreider there of the New York Rangers, who continues to get a plethora of opportunities. Wow. Plethora, that's a new word on this video, but it's true. Chris Kreider is actually second in the NHL in expected goals this year, just behind Zach Hyman, who overtook him just last night, actually. Once Kreider plays this game tonight, he'll likely be atop of the leaderboard across the NHL, which says a lot of chances for this guy. He's buried on 11 of those chances this year, and has started to find a scoring touch here, especially as of late, with 4 goals in his past 5 games. A great matchup at home here tonight against the Ottawa Senators, who continue to struggle defensively. Goaltending has been slightly better for them with Cam Talbot back, but I still think the Rangers can pump in 3, 4, 5 plus goals here tonight, especially while playing at home. So I like Kreider in general here tonight as a one-off play. Easy to stack him up with someone like Adam Fox, Mika Zibanejad, or really anybody on that first line in number 1 power play. Now, I have some ownership concerns here with this next pick in Blake Wheeler. I'm afraid everybody's going to look at his game log and go, oh, he just scored a hat trick, had an assist in that game, 44 DraftKings points. I have to play him here at $4,900. So a one-off play, I don't know if I'll be doing that. I'm going to try and find ways to get unique with Blake Wheeler, stacking him up with that second line and maybe mixing in a Josh Morrissey or doing even a 5-man stack for the Winnipeg Jets, considering how good the matchup is against the Columbus Blue Jackets. But Blake Wheeler has been putting up some really solid numbers here as of late. Not only did he score a hat trick last game, he's got 7 assists in his past 5 games too, so 10 points during that stretch, damn near averaging 2 points per game. So he's playing some really good hockey, sitting at a really nice price here, $4,900, and getting some good ice time as well on that second line and number 1 power play, logging around 18-19 minutes per night. And then a boom-bust type of play that I like here tonight at the forward position is Zach Parise of the New York Islanders, who's currently playing on the third line and number 2 power play, but he's logging around 16-17 minutes per night, is actually second on this Islanders team in expected goals this year, just behind Brock Nelson. It is very close margin. Brock Nelson at 9.8, Zach Parise at 9.7. Now he's finished on 7 of those chances. He's got 7 goals, 4 assists, 11 points this year through 24 games. So again, he's a boom-bust type of player, but he has shown some really nice upside. In fact, he's hit 20-plus DraftKings points in 4 games this year and 25-plus DraftKings points in 2 games. He actually just had 29 DraftKings points 2 games ago. So he's coming in, or projected to come in at lower ownership here tonight, sub 10%. So at $4,700, like I said, it is more of a boom-bust type of play, but he has the ceiling that I'm looking for on a 3-game slate like this. Now, moving over here to the defenseman, and I do foresee myself spending up at the defenseman position in general here tonight. Above 5K is where I'll be targeting. Noah Dobson, Adam Fox, Josh Morrissey. I'm going to have plenty of exposure to those 3 guys there. If you want to pay up for Roman Josi, that guy can break a slate himself. I don't know if I'll get there myself, especially with the Preds playing on back-to-back nights and with the Islanders playing very well defensively here as of late. But I really do like Adam Fox at this price here at $6,000. Kind of name-dropped him earlier when talking about Chris Kreider. We can stack up guys on that number 1 power play for the Rangers here tonight against an Ottawa team that does struggle defensively. Mentioned that already. And Fox is a guy that can get on the score sheet really against anybody. He's got 25 points here in 24 games. He averages around 2 shots on net per game. I would like him to shoot the puck a little bit more, but he's not afraid to block shots either. Averages around 1.5 per game. So a very well-rounded defenseman who can rack up DraftKings points in a number of different ways, and a guy who logs big minutes. We should see him play around 24, 25 plus minutes here tonight. Now, I didn't expect this at the quarter mark of the NHL season, but Josh Morrissey has been one of the best defensemen in the NHL this year. 25 points through 21 games, playing particularly well here over his past 10, where he scored 4 goals, had 10 assists, 14 points, averaging around 15 DraftKings points per game, but has shown some really nice upside during that stretch as well. A guy who can go for 30 plus DraftKings points, plays about 23, 24 plus minutes himself per night on that number 1 power play, and really in all situations. I then got Jake Sanderson there of the Ottawa Senators, who we have seen regress a little bit with Thomas Chabot back, and that makes sense because now he's not getting time on that number 1 power play and logging around 4 fewer minutes per game. That's not to say he can't go for 20 plus minutes here tonight, because he absolutely can. Still going to get time on that number 2 power play and gets time on the penalty kill too. He was playing some really good hockey with Thomas Chabot out, and his past 10 games here he's got 5 points, averages around 2.5, 3 shots on net per game, and averaging around 2 block shots per game as well, so I do like to see that. Certainly capable of getting us that 3-point DraftKings bonus tonight by blocking 3 shots in this game. Again, Thomas Chabot is back right now, but he had a really nice stretch of games here when he was out. He had a stretch of games there where he hit 13.3, 13.6, 18.4, and 25.5 DraftKings points in 4 out of 5 games. And then wrapping up the defenseman there with Vladislav Gavrikov. Can you guess where he comes from? Russia, maybe? That name is something else, but he plays big minutes, and that's what I'm targeting here on a 3-game slate. Not someone I expect to get on the score sheet here tonight, but he does log around 24, 25 plus minutes per night and does get time on that number 2 power play. 5 points here through 21 games. Really what I'm targeting though here is him blocking shots. He averages around 2.5 per game, so certainly capable of getting us that 3-point DraftKings bonus by blocking 3 in a game. And I'm really hoping that the Winnipeg Jets just have an onslaught of shots here tonight to where he blocks closer to 5, 6, 7 shots in this game. So at $3,800, he's capable of getting us double-digit DraftKings points, and you guys know that's what I'm targeting. Now, when it comes to a smaller slate like this, you guys know the deal. I really think there's a case to be made to roster any one of these goaltenders. It ultimately comes down to what the rest of your lineup is going to look like. But my favorite goaltender on this 3-game slate is Ilya Sorokin of the New York Islanders, who doesn't have the best record, just sitting at 10-6-0, but otherwise has some of the best goalie numbers in the NHL. He's got a goals allowed average of 2.18, save percentage of .933, and actually leads the entire NHL in goals save above expected with 16. And then wrapping up the spreadsheet here with 3 low-priced options or sub 4K forward plays. First guy I got there is Cole Perfetti of the Winnipeg Jets, currently playing on that second line with Blake Wheeler and Mark Scheifele, while getting time on that number 2 power play, coming off maybe the best NHL game of his career where he had 3 assists and 6 shots on net, and really that entire second line dominated that game from start to finish. And Perfetti's been heating up in general here as of late with 1 goal, 5 assists, 6 points in his past 5 games. Next is JG Pageau there of the New York Islanders, playing on that third line in number 1 power play. That's primarily where I'm targeting him, but you could do a little mini stack with him and Zach Parise as well, playing on that third line. Pageau now has 5 goals, 2 assists, 7 points in his last 9 games, including 3 power play goals and 1 shorthanded goal, so the special teams, he's definitely taken advantage of that. And then Igor Shinnikov there of the Columbus Blue Jackets plays on that third line in number 2 power play, has 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points through 20 games, logging around 13 to 15 minutes per night, damn near the bare minimum price there at $2,600. We're going to be able to get him at low ownership, but he's shown enough upside for me this year to where I think he's a nice low-priced option. And then to wrap up this video here, want to talk a little prize picks with you guys. I got 2 that are sticking out to me here initially. Kyle Connor of the Winnipeg Jets over 3.5. Love that matchup against Columbus. Kyle Connor loves to shoot the puck. And then Brock Nelson over 2.5 against the Nashville Predators. Hoping to catch them a little fatigued here tonight playing on back-to-back games. But you guys know the deal. I'm going to go through these picks individually here. They don't even have the goalie props out now as I record, so I want to definitely take a look at those. Once I have my final picks, I'll let you guys know those in a comment below on this video, and I'll be sure to pin that comment as well. And again, I am posting those in my Discord. Been doing some secondary picks in there as well. Unfortunately, last night, the main picks ended up going 0-4. One of my worst nights of the NHL season so far, but my secondary picks ended up going 3-0, so that's the way she goes sometimes, but we'll look to get back on track here tonight with the main picks. Now, for those of you who have not signed up for Prize Picks yet but want to get in on this action, I got a promo code that you should definitely take advantage of. When you're signing up, use my promo code GRIFF. GRIFF, and Prize Picks will give you all the way up to a $100 match deposit. Folks, take advantage of this. It is legit free money or house money that Prize Picks is giving you, and you don't have to earn it back as a bonus like some of these other DFS sites. Not here. You deposit $100 today, you'll see them match that deposit right off the bat, so you're then again playing with that house money, and you don't have to put $100 in either. You want to put in 50, they'll match 50. You want to put in 20, they'll match 20. They will match anything up to $100, again, as long as you're using my promo code GRIFF, GRIFF, upon signing up. Alright everyone, that is going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 3-game slate. In the meantime, I'm out of here.